What is up, Schwing Dynasty? You sorry bag of dicks. It's your commissioner, your undefeated commissioner. No, I got that wrong. Your non-victorious commissioner, 0-3 commissioner. But fuck it, whatever. I have 2 trophies in this league. So can't take those away from me. No 0-3 start. Seems very familiar. Me getting off to a slow start, Saquon hurt. Pretty much how every season in the Schwing Dynasty has gone so far, I feel like. So, that's where we're at. But here I am, 0-3. Going to recap last week. Had a big week last week. Got to go to the Ducks game on field passes, meet a bunch of my heroes, some of my favorite players, other celebrities like Terrell Owens and Phil Knight, and a bunch of Oregon people that you guys probably don't give a shit about, but some pretty awesome legends in my mind. So that was big, but I left work. I didn't have work Friday. Had a bunch of work to do to get ready for that. So no video last week, just too much going on. But here I am back, week 4. I'm going to do the week 3 recap and then push into the week 4 game picks. Last week, I lost to Phil. I am 0-3. Phil is our last remaining undefeated team, 3-0. I lost him 132 to 184. Forgot to take Jalen Waddle out of my lineup. Not that it would have mattered, but that was just awesome. Just another slap in the face in that victory. Congrats, Phil, or that defeat. Congrats, Phil. Bert lost to Adam. Bert's now 2-1. Adam's now 2-1, doing very well. 130 to 177, a big spread there. Not the biggest, though, because in the large margin of victory of the week, Lucas lost 139 to 212 to JD. So just to spin that back, we got Phil at 184, Adam at 177, and JD at 212. Not exactly Schwing royalty over the last 4 seasons, but those 3 are all off to good starts. Well, JD's 1-2, but that was obviously a really good game. Phil, though, 3-0, Adam 2-1. So, people who haven't exactly always been at the top of the league. Phil made the playoffs one year, maybe last year, I can't remember, but doing really well. Good start to the season for them. Signs of life from franchises. I guess it only takes 4 years to rebuild in a dynasty, so that's exciting. Since I'm like, am I there? Am I already there? Anyways, Daryl, 2-1, 162 points. Mark, 2-1, 212 points. So another big score. JD and Mark both with 212. Apparently that's a Doha thing. And then Sean with me dropping to 0-3. 2 former champions at 0-3. But he did score 168 points. And he lost to Steve, who scored 179 points and is 2-1. The dumb shit sit of the week is also from that game. Devon Achan. Apparently it's Achan. So Devon Achan, 55 points on Sean's bench. And depending on your scoring format, I saw a league where he put up 70 points. And I think I sat him in that league. So that was awesome. Yeah. Pretty amazing. The large margin game to JD. So that was week 3. Here we are. I noticed the boob guys are like, there's only one team. I think it's JD who's 1-2. I can't remember if JD who's in the butt guys, right, or boob guys, but everyone else is 2-1. And in the boob guys, Phil is 3-0 and Bert's 2-1. Then everyone else is 1-2 or 0-3. So butt guys with a higher overall win percentage. That means boob guys with a higher overall winning percentage means they're beating the butt guys in the interdivisional games. All right, week 4. Week 4 is what we're on to. First game I'm going to talk about is me versus JD. I'm 0-3. JD's 1-2. I'm projected to win this by 27 points, 167 to 140. But I don't fucking believe that. I don't trust it. I don't even want to hear about it. I will never pick myself again until something changes, because every week I'm projected to win, and every week I lose terribly. So throw this projection out the window. Okay, throw them out the window. I don't trust anyone on my team outside of CMC and Puka and Justin Herbert to hit their projections. Not a single player. Not one do I trust. Can't trust T. Higgins. Okay, can't trust Josh Jacobs. Saquon's hurt. They don't want to use running backs in Chicago. There's just no one you can trust on my team right now. Jalen Waddle's hurt. It just, yeah, there's no reason. So, and I can't have Mostert go for 100 or go for 40 points in this game. Can't do that. Can't have him do that. Lamar's always scary to play against. Yeah, I'm projected to win by 27 points. There should be room for mistakes, but I don't buy it. I'm not picking myself. I'm picking JD. I'll never pick myself again, I feel like, at this point. I just can't pick myself anymore. Team sucks. Okay. That's a bummer, man. But whatever. I have 2 championships. I don't know if I've said that yet. Two banners up in my garage for me to only look at. Next game, Bert, Amingo ate my baby, versus Phil, Duck the Vax. Bert is 2-1, had been beating all of his projections until last week. Had a down, pitiful week. I'm home, by the way. I have October break, or fall break, not October yet. It used to be October break last year. Then they changed it to fall break and moved it to September. But I have fall break. Mark is home with me today because he has a doctor's appointment in a little bit. So if you hear yelling and hooting and hollering, that's Mark in there just screaming, God knows what. Probably the dog and the cat and him all getting together and just howling. I don't know. But if you hear it, that's what that is. So Phil, 3-0. Bert, 2-1. Projections 163 to 149, favoring Phil. He's got Kamara right back in his lineup. We'll see how that goes. That's interesting. It's interesting right away to move him in after the dude's been suspended. It's probably the right play, but you never know how it's going to go when someone's been out. So we'll see how Phil does there. Goff on the road at Green Bay. Goff traditionally hasn't been as good on the road. He's been great at home, not as good on the road. He did pretty well in week 1 against Kansas City. But on the road at Green Bay, Thursday night game, should be fun. It's a good Thursday night game. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Josh Allen is at home versus Miami. So probably a game. There's going to need to be some scoring for the Bills. So the way the Dolphins are going, Josh Allen's going to need to put up. Phil's receivers are just better. He's got Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Jordan Addison, knowing that Bert also has some good receivers. George Pickens is like that explosion play. So, it's like a Deshaun Jackson play. You hope it's this week. It was the week I played him, of course. And then Devontae Smith, been better on the season than A.J. Brown. A lot of people were talking, maybe he'd be better this season than A.J. Brown. So far, that's how it's playing out. But A.J. had a little resurgence game last week, was better last week. Yeah, I can't remember Phil's other receivers. Sorry, dude. Swift and Madison for Phil in the flex is great. That's a great flex of DeAndre Swift and Alexander Madison. Madison's been up and down, but that's, he's a flex. It's your flex. It's your 3rd and 4th running back here, apparently. And then Bert is going to need Jahmyr Gibbs to go off to have a chance in this game. He's not getting the same as he got last week. I was thinking of Achane. Gibbs has been. I'm waiting for the Gibbs breakout. I have him in a couple leagues. He's amazing. I don't know how they want to use him. Is how we want them to use him. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think Phil wins this and goes to 4-0. Bert drops to 2-2. This game's a cruel bitch. Bert was 2-0, right back to 500. 2-2. 2 weeks later. So that's what I've got happening. Next game, Boots, Scootin' Bottom Boys. That's Lucas, 1-2 against the Meeseeks Meat Packers. That's Daryl, 2-1. This is favoring Daryl, 157-150 right now. Daryl was the team to beat. It looked like loss of Nick Chubb. Just injuries. Injuries just suck. I just wish they weren't allowed to happen. The loss of Chubb is brutal for his team. It doesn't mean he's out by any means. He still has really great players all over the field. I think in this game we got Hurts versus Mahomes. Hurts hasn't looked hurt. I'm not going to go with that slam dunk, that layup. He just doesn't look good. I don't know that he's not running as hard. Maybe he is hurt, but he's just not running as hard. He's not. I don't know. He just doesn't seem in control of the offense this year like he was last year. Cat's pushing on the door, it sounds like. Mahomes, on the other hand, is being Mahomes, doing Mahomes things for Daryl. So I like that advantage for Daryl right now with Mahomes being better than Hurts. Tyreek and Diggs are probably the difference in this game for Daryl, why he will win. I have question marks about Tony Jones in the flex because you've got, now that Kamara's back, you've got Kamara, you've got Tony Jones, and you've got Kendre Miller. And I don't know about Jamal Williams, but that's a lot of backs. Kamara's probably the number one right away. I don't know I didn't see the game last week, so I don't know if they like Kendre Miller, what he was able to do. I love his college tape, still love his college tape. But I think Tony Jones, probably someone Daryl's going to want to move out of there. I don't know who else he has available. I looked and it was a bunch of 9-point players. Probably someone there I'd rather play than Tony Jones. Lucas is going to need a big game by ETN, though. And with Tank Bigsby coming on more and more, I don't know that either one of them is going to be someone you're super pumped about. So I've got Daryl winning this game, moving to 3-1. Lucas dropping to 1-3. Yeah. So congrats, Daryl, on that one. All right, moving on. We got the single-digit Doms. That's Adam, 2-1, big time, against the Portland Ducks. Sean, 0-3. Welcome, brother, to the 0-3 club. It is favoring Sean right now. This is like the JD and me game where it's like, okay, the guy with the better record is not favored to win. Sean is favored to win by 5 points, 156 to 151. And he's now starting Devon Achane. Jesus Christ. Sorry, this is not his fault. This is all me. I've gone Achane, I've gone Achane, and for some reason Achane is like the hardest one to say. Sean is now starting Achane at Buffalo. I don't know we can count on a repeat of last week, but in the leagues I have him, I'm playing him too, because how do you not hope for that? So we got, Adam with Bijan Robinson and James Conner at running back. That's better. I think it's better than Sean's combination of Javonte Williams and Achane. And for Adam, like a year and a half ago, to say that Adam's running backs are better than Sean's, it would just be like idiocracy. I mean, it's just ridiculous what Sean was sitting on with running backs and how fucking stupid it is to count on running backs in Dynasty. And yeah, they can get you a title that year. And that's good. Maybe Sean and I both have, we both play with the devil on that one, where we got our titles with running back heavy teams. And now it's just like, where are they? Where'd they go? Those guys were good last year. Now they're trash. It's a trash heap. I think about Sean with Jonathan Taylor and Najee and Breece Hall and Javonte Williams. And it's like, even at rolling A.J. Dillon, it was like, okay, A.J. Dillon's the next guy there. It's just, meanwhile, Daryl is still good with the guys he drafted, Diggs and Hill, like way back in the day, when no one else wanted Hill because of that, the charges pressed against him. But wide receivers, man. Wide receivers. Anyways, so Javonte, Achane, not as good as Bijan and James Conner. The wide receivers are pretty close, but I got Adam here. CD, Brandon Ayuk. Although CD's dealing with a Dak problem. My Dak is hurt too. I got a bad Dak on my team. CD, Ayuk, if healthy, and Christian Kirk have done very well, very consistent. Jamar Chase obviously has an explosion week possible, but I don't even know if Burrow can drive the ball down the field enough for that with his calf, his tiny little calves. Michael Pittman, he had a good week, but that was with Minshew. I bet Anthony Richardson's coming back this week. Not Gardner Minshew. He's going to run the ball more. He's a lot bigger, stronger, faster than Gardner Minshew, but he's not going to throw the ball as well. And then DJ Moore has a Justin Fields problem, just like me. So, I like Sean's flex. It's really good. You got a nice flex, bro. You got a nice flex. Cooper and Jerome Ford over Elijah Mitchell and Tank Dell for Adam. Tank Dell's awesome, by the way. Great player. But I like Cooper and Jerome Ford a lot more. The difference in this game, though, is going to be Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk, over Trevor Lawrence. And it's going to get Adam the upset in a way, an upset. But I think I'm with Sean. I'm in the same place with Sean that I am with myself. Can't pick him 0-3. Team's good. Disappointing, though. So picking Adam to go 3-1. Sean to go 0-4 and join me. Join me at 0-4. Anyways, on to the game of the week. That was a lot about a non-game of the week. Game of the week is the Oregon Beer Force. Mark, congratulations, buddy. You made it to the game of the week. 2-1. Rolling. 2-1, doing well. Against the Baylor Broncos. Steve, welcome to the game of the week. 2-1. Sorry last week's games weren't as much fun for you, Steve. I think let's see. I think the Miami-Denver game was something like 70-20. Not the exact score, but it was something like that, 70-20. And the Ducks were 42-6. Okay, so if I'm calculating this right, that means your teams, your two favorite, your college and your NFL team, were outscored 112-26. Sorry, Steve. That's not a good weekend. I'm sorry, dude. That's rough. That's a rough weekend. Yeah. Oh, well, you can still root for the Ducks with us. And, you're always welcome on Team Niner, too. So, anyways, right now, both 2-1. It's favoring Steve heavily in the projections, 172-149. So a 23-point favor for Steve. But I don't buy that projection. I don't buy that because the Seahawks are playing at the Giants. And that has all of Mark's projections too low. Okay, so the Giants have not been great. They put some things together at the end of the Arizona game, but then they looked bad again last week. They don't have Saquon. I don't buy these projections for the Seahawks. I feel like Geno's going to outscore a projection. DK, Ken Walker's going to outscore these projections. If he plays Lockett, he'll probably outscore his projection. I think he is playing him. I still wish I had Keenan Allen on my team. I wish that, now, looking back. Not a trade I'm as pumped about as I was back then. But Keenan Allen's been great. Fucking cat again. And now with no Mike Williams, Keenan Allen to the moon. It's gross that Zach Moss is as good as he is for Mark. Zach Ertz too. Man, gross just all over the field. But it's working. 212 points last week. For Steve, you got 2 at Buffalo. Okay, on the road at Buffalo. Obviously, it's not a cold weather game yet. It's colder than Miami, but it's not a cold weather game, I don't think. I'd have to check what the weather is in Buffalo this weekend. 2 has been so good. Will he be as good on the road against Buffalo? We'll see. That's why he play. Eckler has a projection of 22 points already. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't even know if he's going to be back. But right now, he's slotted in for a 22-point projection. King Henry hasn't been very good for Steve. Okay. Where Steve is awesome is at, other than just like general personality, is Devontae Adams, Chris Olave, and Jerry Jeudy. I mean, okay, we got to slide Jerry Jeudy in there, but Devontae and Chris Olave have been fantastic. I think Olave actually scores a touchdown this week. That's my prediction. Kelsey's just unfair to have on your team at this point. It just doesn't matter. At some point, this will end, Steve. I just want to prepare you. At some point, this will end. Okay, it's not this year, but it will happen. And then he's got this awesome flex of Kyron Williams, just taking over the Los Angeles. Obviously, Cam Akers is gone, and Brian Robinson, who's been way better than he should be. He's just been way better. It's a great flex group. Man, I want to pick Mark in this one. I think the Seahawks and the Giants is the difference here in closing that projection. But it is still a 23-point projection. And I still like a lot of Steve's players. If Eckler plays, Steve wins. If Eckler doesn't play, I think Steve still wins. It's just going to be a lot closer. I've got Steve in this one. And I know, Commissioner Crackhead, I know Mark's going to say it. And that's fine. I get it. But I think Steve wins this game. But it's really close. And I wouldn't be surprised if... this could end up one of those games, though, where Mark's team, because the Seahawks are playing the Giants, just fucking blows them out. It could definitely happen. I'm not going to rely on it. I bet it's spread out just enough. It is on the road. So, picking Steve. But I don't like it. I don't feel as much confidence in it. All right. Well, that's it, guys. That's the show for the week. Hope you guys are having a good one. Hope all your dreams come true, unless you are the person I'm playing against, which is JD. Yeah, JD. So, hope everyone else's dreams come true. All right. Peace out, brothers.